get the fuck out of my house.
Session
99.
99.
That was a great transition.
Yeah, I was waiting for a good moment to kick off, for sure.
Get
out of
the
my house.
fuck
Because I kept looking, I was like, okay, it's recording. Normally Krista kicks this off, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to kick this off. Last time we played, we had some times, you guys. We had some times. We had some talking with Auntie Grinelda.
Pig lady.
Who I totally forgot to ask what my last name was.
Oh, yeah.
Smith.
Who says you have one?
I don't know.
Do you want a tissue? We got
Yeah, maybe.
toilet paper's right there. Gotcha. You might as well grab the garbage too while you're at it. Since we just swapped it out, which I appreciate your help with. Auntie G, the guile guide of the golden golden glade.
G-Money, yeah.
Glade?
G-Money. Golden glade. Did I say glaive? I think I said glaive a couple times. It's golden glade.
What did I write down? Oh,
Yeah.
no, I wrote down...
Yeah.
I wrote down Groven Glade.
Yes.
Groven glade. That's
Glade.
correct. Yeah.
I had Groven as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Thank
Guile
you.
Guide of the Groven Glade.
That's correct. That is her hag title.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the fake Corky's told you that like she was also called like the Skin Forger and like it's a bunch of weird
yeah.
shit. And then Corky's got torn apart. And yeah, you guys you talked a bit. And then there was a bloody Toby, a bloody Kinneros stumbled through the door, chased from Kinneros's property. The tab I forgot to open that
The
has
V
a name.
Sisters.
I know his property. Oh, that's not.
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta pull it.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about that.
I wrote down...
It was a very pretty property, built inside of a tree.
Kesserleon Estate?
Caserleon? I believe it was. Hold on, it's loading.
Yeah.
Caserleon, which is Elven for Elf Lord Estate. The Elf Lord's Estate, Caserleon. Repaired fancy furniture, fairly rich, and everything is made from or transmuted from wood. Kinneros had spent some time with his family, arguing with his dad and being sympathetically reminded about all of his gifts and stuff from his mom. And then busted in. His friend Toby had come to find him. The Vi sisters. Well, he called them Vi sisters. I thought it was going to be V sisters, but it's Vi sisters.
Oh, okay,
because
Vi.
Kinneros, yeah. Because it was Viver. It was like they're the Viver sisters.
Gotcha.
So they actually have a real name, a real last name. And busted in. Toby was all fucked up, and then after re-listening today, Toby didn't do shit in the fight. He just kind of missed, whiffed, got smacked, and I was like, this is the worst because you were Kinneros's muscle and you've done nothing.
Oh, yeah, we just
He
mopped
got,
him around.
he got smacked a
He
bunch.
was hurting, yeah.
Yeah, he came in wounded.
He
Granted.
had like a broken leg or some shit, and then
Yeah.
They were cut up. They had some blood on them. Yeah. So you guys then went to battle with the Vi sisters and their pet, Mr. Grins, the Deplaceraptor, which you called like the corna something.
the raptor.
Something corn. You called it. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
The Decepticon.
Decepticon. Yeah.
I was like, what did I say? It was something funny.
Yeah, coming next year, new Transformers movie.
My sisters, roll out.
Yeah. And you guys fucked up one of them. You fucked up the raptor. Pretty harrowing little fight. You all were on your last legs as far as stuff you had, and then in the last moments, Granny Grinelda or Auntie Grinelda was just like, "Oh, I got to peace out for a quick second," and then you started seeing the grove change and the elves showing up and the arrows coming in that were netting and trapping the remaining two Vi sisters. And with a sort of a disgruntled, disappointing, sort of, not a snarl, but just like that pretentious stare, the queen of the Dawnwood, Eveline. Your
Arline's
mom's
my mom.
Okay. I get them mixed up so much.
Ara.
Eveline. Is sort of like, oh, hello, nephew. And as we all start, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is this the same day?
It's still the same day.
But we all got a long rest.
We all got-
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she
she-
waved her.
she
She waved her
healed us.
hand and cast a long rest on all
Oh,
of you.
okay.
So you are all long rested. It was sort of just like a magical boon. She just swept through the grove.
Better. 22?
Okay.
Unless we are all near Falconer, then we get a +4, right?
I would say everybody at this point is close to one another. As all the branches are continuing to
So-
move, like the gateway sort of disappeared and tree branches started to like climb across and make their own gateway as Ryardon was greeted by his auntie.
26 then.
Also
Okay.
26.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
18.
Okay. Falconer.
9.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fine.
The unmighty hand.
And Kinneros.
Even with your own
is-
+4? Wow.
I get a +5 on con, but yeah.
Fucking hell.
I'll find Kinneros. Sick.
Yeah, Kinneros, I rolled a 6 for him, so, not great. But yeah, if you don't mind pulling up his character, that would be awesome. All right.
And Zenzu's gone.
So great thing about Tate's character,
Yep.
he was just like, oh, instead of you trying to play me, he's like, oh, I fell and zoop, got zooped out.
He
got
was,
Zen
he was
zooped
at
up.
0 hit points, too.
Yeah, he was dead.
Was he? He wasn't dead, was he?
He was making
at
death
unconscious.
saves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was making death
Tate
saves.
said he made all his throws.
Yeah,
so
I think
was
he
good.
said he was
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, he was just unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he just was like, somebody, roll for me, whatever, pick me up, and then he was like, oh, never mind, this is why I made this character, and then he zen zooped out.
Zen zooped out.
Yeah, I'm using that from now on.
Use of a verb.
He's
like
now a verb. Yeah, the tree branches are growing. There's elves all over the place, and then it gets a little dark. It gets a little hazy. Ryardon, you're looking at this very beautiful, tall. Like I said, she's tall for an elven woman. She's like almost 7 feet tall. It's like 6'8" and she's just got like this dour, pretentious look on her face as she looks at you and says she had said something like, though, that I didn't want to converse with the whelp of my sister's
Oh,
child.
that's right.
And as you go to respond, you kind of find your tongue goes a little numb. And as you're looking at her, she sort of starts to like wane, sort of like a melting oil painting. And I'm going to text you something.
Oh!
Were there consequences to failing that con save?
Guess we're gonna find out.
Aria, as you're kind of questioning the moment, you're surprised there's another auntie, another family member, and there was sort of a quick comment about like, what's with the parents in this neighborhood? You start to see like the tree branches are getting nearer and nearer to you, creeping in. Things have become a little too dark, and you're a little unsure, but as you look up, you get your text message.
Okay.
Hey, posh face. What makes you think you can call this guy a whelp, huh?
Your legs kind of give out from under you.
Oh no.
You feel like putty as you go to say these words, and you're like, why is the world tipping? And you're like, oh no, I'm the one tipping. And you find yourself sideways and sort of turned into a puddle almost. Like you feel like you're liquid, and you start to sort of slosh around on the ground.
This spell is called LSD.
And now you'll get your text.
Wow.
So the trees look
Hold
like they're
on.
bending?
Towards you, yeah,
Okay.
for the moment. It's weird. Ren doing anything?
I think there's been a lot going on, so I'm just kind of like hanging back, kind of keeping to myself.
Okay. Yeah, as you step back kind of a little bit closer toward the hag's hut, or where it was, you turn around and you see a different hut. And it slowly begins to grow, and the door opens into a wide set of teeth.
Oof.
You got your text now.
Are we surrounded by her soldiers, or is it kind of like a line?
Last you looked, you were. Now you're kind of just staring up into a lot of looming trees.
I'm gonna try and stand up and overcome this puttiness, this liquid.
You stand up. You still feel putty-ish. And you're looking around, just sort of like wide-eyed, very intrigued. You're looking at your companions. They're all kind of just still in this space. Arya's just kind of looking up, arms out. Ryardon's sort of just like talking to nothing. Who's left?
Is Auntie still standing there?
Falconer.
Hold on, after
You
this.
look for Auntie.
Mhm.
Auntie.
Not my mother,
Auntie.
but
No,
her.
you're faltering on your father.
Okay.
Did she say Auntie? Ants. Oh, there are ants here. You
Okay.
begin to sort of slowly trail after them. Falconer,
Definitely the acid spell.
what are you doing?
Probably would have been trying to kind of shuffle towards Ryardon with the whole
Ryardon,
family thing, and
Ryardon, you feel something bump against you, and you're just like, the wind, you've got heavier, my friend. And Falconer, you get your text. And as you, like, lean in towards him, you find yourself, like, leaning up against, like, one of the warm stones from the desert. Laying back as, like, a lizard skitters across your chest plate as you look up into the burning sun and squint in its heat.
Are we in a state of like euphoria and calm, or is it like erratic, like anxiousness, or
What do you-
is it a choose your own adventure?
What is Ryardon thinking about right now?
Well, I suppose it's probably. This is definitely Eveline. Is it Eveline or Eveline? Eveline.
Eveline. It
Ev-
could be both,
Arlene and
either.
Eveline, yeah. There was it's sort of like an E and I, so there was Eveline and Arline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eveline. Okay. So, part of me is super confused, and also my deductive reasoning. The only variable here is that there's new people, and that's also probably that reason. And all my friends are now puddles on the ground.
You look down, all your friends have dissolved into puddles.
Why are
You-
the trees so weird?
My
Why are they
puzzle is of a
bending?
picture of a giant arm.
You guys all have your text messages.
What?
Like, you put the puzzle together and it creates a picture of an arm.
I don't.
That doesn't make sense.
What language are you speaking?
Like,
You're just saying the same word over.
You-
What are you talking
you are
about?
strong, yes?
yeah. See, you get it.
What?
Do you understand her?
No,
She's
I
talking
can't-
gibberish, right?
Yes. Nothing makes sense that she's saying. I mean, normally nothing
yeah.
makes sense that she's saying, but this is
More
more
unusual. Yeah.
I get what you guys are saying, so maybe this is just a difference in...
Everything is beautiful.
Corky's not here.
So you're just
half a
seeing,
body.
You're just the legs. Jumps over the moon.
Ugh, I really wish my armor was acid resistance.
Nice.
I took mine off.
Sodell is now naked.
Oh no, I didn't mean like that.
Don't do that.
Sodell is now naked. It's canon.
No. I don't know.
What is Sodell
What
thinking
what's
about?
happening?
Zordell is
Were
turning
you
around
seeing
and
the
like
trees
going,
during
like
this?
almost like
the whole environment got really dark.
almost like I just
Trees
got
look
on
normal
fire.
to
I am
me.
like on the ground and rolling
Ren.
around now.
One of your wolves comes up and puts an arm around your shoulder. It's okay, buddy. We'll get through this together.
Thank you, brother.
Then you look back, they're gone, and they're just sitting in the corner.
Oh, this is not good.
I'm gonna imagine myself wearing clothes.
You imagine that you're wearing clothes.
Okay, awesome.
So the rest of you look over, and Sodell's just like running, naked, like, guys, I'm wearing clothes.
Ren, I'm matching you. Look at my dress.
Kinneros is just like,
I still don't know what
this
she's
is pretty
saying.
normal for me.
fucking wild.
Falconer, what are you
What?
thinking about?
Are the trees still like closing in?
Well, it's just what Arya was seeing. What are you thinking about?
I thinking about. Well, we were just fighting a bunch of people, and then some other people showed up. So, kind of in defense mode, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of like end up leaning on something, and then you just see like the cloven skulls and missing arms of like old battle people that you've taken down in battle, or compatriots coming up to you. Just like one of them goes to hoist a beer with like just the nubbin of an arm and spills it everywhere, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, mate. Ah, it's good to see you again. You still lying?" As another one claps your back, and you almost like feel like you're falling on your face from the force.
He's a lion?
Yeah, this is
You all have your text messages. Converse accordingly.
a lot.
What?
Yeah,
No. What?
I know.
You're not
Huh?
making sense.
Mm-hmm.
You?
Ryardon, is this your aunt doing this?
I don't know. I would assume.
Are you gonna answer him?
Did? What are you talking about?
What are you
He's
talking
not
about?
speaking common.
Okay. Oh, good. This is super good. Yeah. Awesome. Love the cohesiveness of this conversation.
This was Shay's
She
fun
was
idea.
bound to snap eventually, so.
Right. I don't know what's going on here. Fucking.
I just wanted to bamboozle you guys, talk to one another, and just see like who can understand who.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's why I
okay,
wanted everybody
okay.
here. This would have been so much fun with everybody.
All right, Zodell, put your clothes back on. Is that okay? That's not tracking. Good enough. Ren,
What?
Can you see the wolf around you?
Me?
Well, he was here, but now he's there.
Okay.
Guys, was he pointing at me on purpose?
I don't know what you're saying.
He was doing this.
Put your clothes back on,
Shopping?
Zodell.
Chopping
Shopping?
wood.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Where are my clothes?
You have no idea.
Oh.
You still think you're wearing them.
Oh. Wait.
I'm gonna take my cloak off and
Sun's out, tits out, I guess. Yep.
It's like it's way too small.
yes, I can see that now because your chesticles are still poking out of the front of the. Okay, maybe turn it around.
Over.
Canon Zodell has great big tits.
There we go. It's like someone just like
It's
put
a
the
big
tarp
bib.
over the
Big
porch
bib.
of the house.
Yes.
Aria. Oh God. Didn't I send that to everybody
Yeah,
today?
you did.
Aria, you watch as you're thinking like, wow, Zodell's got great big tits. You watch one of them just start to swell.
Oh.
Swell. Zodell doesn't notice this.
Okay, good.
Swell.
Sodell,
What?
Like it's the size of
What
beach
is
volleyball at this point.
What?
why is your boob huge? doesn't that hurt? It looks like it's gonna explode.
You're hurting. No. What?
What?
You can't see Zodell anymore.
What?
The boob is so big.
Are you seeing this? Her boob is growing.
No, she looks normal. Well, I mean, like
I'm gonna
other
walk.
than the fact that
I'm gonna walk over to you and
She
put
needs
my hand on
to
your
maybe-
shoulder.
As you put
She
your
needs
hand
to
on her
groom
shoulder,
down there.
you shove her into the ground.
Oh! No! I'm gonna try and dig her out of
Am
the
I
ground.
actually in the ground?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try and dig her out of the ground. Pick her up.
So
Pick her
what
up.
are you doing?
You're in the ground!
Your
What?
boob is
I
like
didn't mean to-
larger than me.
I didn't mean to hit you that far. I'm digging, but can I make?
The headless body of the other Corky
What is
starts
she
crawling
doing?
past with a big smiley face like in its back, just like, everything's fine.
I actively stop digging up Aria to to boot that guy as far as I can.
Ryardon, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, awesome.
What is my dex?
Super high.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 27.
20. You just like feel a breeze go past your face. And you're like, oh, the breeze is so nice. And you start to just like tuck your hair back and pull your hood back. And you're just like, oh, the nice sun.
Curse you,
You
Quirky.
hear the sound of waves.
Even in death, you are the bane of my existence.
An upside down quirky head pops down in front of you.
Who says I'm dead, mate?
Punch.
Your hand goes right through it, but now it's in a pot of honey. Oh, you remember honey. You gotta lick your fingers. You deep throat yourself? What was that?
That's how Zodell eats honey. She
All the
doesn't individually lick her
Just a
fingers. She goes like,
five-finger death punch right there.
"Oh."
Have you guys ever seen the video of the guy who goes to lick the whisk? And he
He
just like
puts
puts the whole thing in his
yes,
mouth?
yes,
That's
that is
exactly
that's,
what you
that's,
just did.
That's if Zodell did like cooking. Wow.
You put your hand in your mouth with the honey and you don't taste honey. You taste wine and beer. And as you roll over, suddenly you're on the ground, you're rolling over and you see your wife. And she turns back to you with a big grimacing maw. Hey baby, how you doing? And then you're sort of standing again, just like, what is happening? As you pull your hand out of your mouth.
Sorry, there was wine on my hands, I think. Or honey or something. How are you doing? Speaking of honey, right? What?
I'm doing great.
Oh no.
I'm honey. Sure. I mean, if you're into it. Anyway,
And he just turns into butterflies.
I'm gonna go back and dig up Aria.
Fucking, this is a vibe. Not gonna lie.
What?
As you vibe and you find yourself sort of like back leaning up at the bar, Falconer's Rest, where you were in the Twilight Forest, just like, oh, the vibe, Pucavators, before shit started getting really fucky and you're just at the bar. That's good, and there's lights going everywhere. You see somebody like coming at you, just like trying to shake your shoulders, you're like, no, I'm good.
He's fine.
You guys got at least another 10 minutes of trying to talk to one another before I wrap this up.
Have I made any progress? I'm seeing like the top of Arya's scalp. I'm assuming, just in the
Yeah,
ground.
it's like when you keep digging, you see
Do
her
I see
her hair.
digging?
What you're looking at is sort of like a badger or something, and it's like doing its thing, and then there's like a wasp flies up beside you, and it's like, it's okay, they're doing their job, and then flies away, and you're like, okay, they're doing their job, and you keep like coming up to like what is a root of a tree, and you're like, that's her hair, it's her blue hair, and you keep digging, and then you dig down another foot, and you're like, her hair again, she's still sinking.
I'm gonna keep digging down. I'm gonna like take out one of my. Do I? Oh shoot! I'm
Your
naked.
wolf leans up around you again. This time they're in like a waistcoat, a monocle, a cigar. So anyways, we've been traveling together for quite some time. I was just wondering, have you ever tried tasting the... And then you kind of just like are left standing looking at like a full moon.
Taste the moon, eat the moon. Moon
What are you
Skittles.
looking at?
The moon is so big.
What moon?
That moon.
There's trees covering everything. It's dark in here.
No trees, just the moon.
Why are you...
You hear howling in the background, multiple wolves.
He's talking to the moon.
The moon is talking to
The
you.
moon slowly morphs into like a wolf's head and howls back.
Look, so beautiful. Brother, look.
Who are you talking to?
The moon is so big.
What?
And furry.
You dig up.
Oh,
You dig up a. Fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Like a mole or a vole,
oh,
and you're. Oh, Arya, I've saved you.
oh! That's smart. You did your thing and you made it a mole, because moles can survive underground because they're made of dirt. Wait.
Don't put that poor thing down.
Falconer,
It's Arya.
as you say that, you watch Zodel's arms fall off.
Well, that's not good.
Ryardon, what are you thinking about right now?
I'm just thinking about that moon I was talking about. It's a fluffy moon. Yeah. I can see how the moon's fluffy like that.
What are you saying?
What are you talking about?
Oh, just out here trying to figure. Hey, Kinneros, what is it like to sit home all the time for you?
Man, I fucking hope so. He takes another. You just see him like take a puff of a doob, and then you watch the smoke go into his mouth, and then his body turns to smoke.
Whoa.
And it just starts to like wash around you all.
I
and
can't
he's like,
understand
I hope
him
so,
either.
I hope so.
I don't hear him either.
What?
I don't hear what he's saying. It's all
What are you
like
talking about?
wind sounds.
What?
You just said you couldn't hear Kinross. I can't hear him. He's all gibberish.
You're all.
I can't understand you. You're all gibberish.
That's what I just said.
You guys just need to vibe, man.
What?
Another Corky with 3 head walks in.
Hold Arya.
Y'all just need to communicate. That's the key.
And then the 3 heads fall off, and the arms turn into wings,
Like the moon.
and he starts to fly away.
Go to the moon!
No! He just threw the Aria I gave him.
Oh, now you start having a bad trip. You just watch Arya get yeeted. You watch her hit the moon in a fire explosion.
Why would you do that?
What?
I'm gonna go up and like, I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I end up like doing like soft like slaps to your face.
You reach past the body, and you've pressed Ren up against a tree, and you're slapping the tree behind her. She's like pinned to your chest, and you feel like, oh, this is a nice mattress. As you start to relax and lean back.
Has built-in pillows.
Take her back. How did you throw her so far?
What?
Teach me, but give her back too.
I can't understand the mattress.
Ryardon just like slowly falls back into the nice embrace of like a warm pond. He's looking up in the air, and he's like, who needs to breathe? The water is air. And you just sort of sink beneath the waves, and you watch the fishies go past. And you watch somebody naked running past across the surface of the water. Just like,
What's so dull doing up there?
Arya, what are you thinking about?
I don't know.
The fuck?
Why can't I understand people?
Everybody can now make their second Constitution saving throw. The DC for this one's way lower. It was 30 on the first one.
Wow.
Ooh, I was close.
Do we
Plus
still
4?
get Falconer's bonus?
29.
You guys don't know where any of you are, so.
Oh, well then 25.
Ooh.
Okay. You succeeded.
7.
13.
Oh, no.
12.
Oof. Falconer?
15.
15?
16, sir.
16? Okay, 15 was the DC. So Falconer, you find yourself in a normal dream. It's been weird. You've had a few weird moments, and it was very visceral. Like it was a very lucid sort of dream where everything you touched sort of like turned into colors, and your friends were kind of running around you doing their own things. And you're used to seeing Arya turn into a bird, but suddenly Zodel runs past, naked as a jaybird, and just turns into a swan. And then crashes into a tree, but then the tree falls and kills Ryardon, and then Ryardon gets up and kills Ren, and then you're like, okay, this is going poorly, and you sit up in bed. And you're in a bed, an unfamiliar bed. Your armor is off, your weapons are removed, like white linen sheets, and you just kind of sit up in your place. The rest of you who failed... Did you succeed?
I succeeded.
Yeah. Zodell, you kind of just like sit up and you're like, oh, I need to learn how to throw Arya to the moon.
Yeah.
And you sit up and you find the rest of you who failed the DC 15. What are you thinking about?
Shut up, mattress. I'm trying to sleep on you.
Yeah, you lean into the mattress, turns into the back of a wolf as you're now being hauled across like a long, expansive field.
Take me to the moon.
Fly me.
And the wolf dips you, and you land on the hard stone. Suddenly you feel naked. And you see a bat fly by, and another bat fly by, and suddenly a swarm of bats fly into this naked landscape just as you feel naked, and they pick you up.
I feel like we're
And
saying naked a lot.
you start to soar across the expanse of just roiling thunder and like a volcano in the distance, and your wolves are running behind you.
The moon. The other way.
And you
Fly me to the moon, bat friends.
And you turn, everywhere you turn, there's just still this volcano, like you can't quite get your bearings, like, no, that was north, the moon is the other way, and you keep turning and turning and just seeing the same landscape, like you're caught in a vicious circle. Arya, what are you thinking about?
Probably just like the trees and nature, and I feel like we were in a pretty like mossy area,
Mhm.
so just
Yeah.
making moss angels.
You lay down in the moss, and you hear about 15 different voices, but one prominent as you're making moss angels.
Why are you doing this to us? What?
Who's that?
Well, you're laying right on top of us.
Uno mas.
I get up and turn around.
Shut up. Hey, you look
I look
down,
down.
there's like this little smiling patch
Oh.
of greenery. There's like a big old toothy grin, big old freaking anime eyes.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, I was squishing you.
It's okay. We don't mind it that much, but we're just curious. You just kind of toppled over.
Yeah, you looked soft. I thought I would have a little lay down.
Oh, thank you. If I could brush my cheek with bashfulness, I would, but I don't have arms. You did kill 3 of my children, though, as
You're just kind of sucked out, and then you're standing there just like in a dark room, just filled with moss. And you're like, oh no.
Oh no! Is this all the moss I've killed in my life?
It's a bunch of faces start popping out of the moss. Who else
I'm
failed?
sorry.
I think I rolled a seven.
Moss murder.
That would
So,
go.
Ryardon, what are you thinking about?
Where did I leave off? I was under the ocean.
Oh, no, what are you thinking right now?
I was thinking about Mom in the crystals and like my home on fire.
Okay. Oh, we're doing
and-
Dark
and,
Trek
like-
now.
Yeah, Fulgura with one arm in diamond. Nice toss.
Thanks.
That was sweet.
And
Yeah, you're underwater, floating down, and you start to see just like glass hands coming past you. And you're still seeing figures like running across the surface of the water. And you're like going to try and push yourself back up, like the water's a good effect. As you're like going to try and swim your way up, and you just keep getting deeper and deeper, and you're seeing footsteps, and you're seeing naked Zodell run across, and naked Ren run across, naked Arya run across. Why not? All the females. And you're just like getting deeper and deeper as you're sort of trying to maneuver your arms as these glass hands are kind of coming up all around you, and you're just now seeing the surface of the pond has turned to flames. And you get deeper, and it gets darker, and you start to hear screams, and then hands clutching your feet, impossibly dense hands. And then you just see one falling towards you, sinking through the water, a crystal form of your mother. Anybody else fail?
No.
no, just 3 of us.
Cool. Constitution saving throws.
Don't fuck me.
Everybody enjoying your trips?
What are me and Falconer in like the same room?
They're all in different time spaces right now.
Oh.
19.
Oh, the people who haven't already succeeded. Oh, you haven't succeeded. Yeah, okay.
16.
19, 16,
10.
10 just saves.
Oh, thank God.
The DC went down each time.
Right.
All right. I'm going to take a quick pee break as suddenly the three of you wake up in bed.
Bat!
You hear this like little voice at the corner of the room. Don't worry about it, mate. You look over and it's still just like a residual psychosomatic
God.
thing just going away.
I'm sorry, Moss. I didn't mean to.
You're my boy, Moss.
You know I love you, right? Mom?
Talk to plants more. That's why I added that bit. All right. You all sit up in beds. White linen sheets, different rooms. You're all sequestered in your own rooms, and there's like
Do I have clothes on?
You have clothes on, but not
Okay.
your like anything armor, weaponry. It's all been stripped. But with just a cursory glance of the room, it's all propped up. Like all your stuff is in the corner of each one of these rooms, and they are nice rooms. Wooden walls, very elegantly curved. Wooden beds that look like they've been crafted or transmuted out of wood, and nice, beautiful sheets, linen or silk. Just very nice. Whatever's comfortable to you. And there's a little side table, and your stuff's stacked up there. There's a basin of water to clean yourself, and there is a jug of water to satiate your thirst. As you all sit up in these rooms, one at a time, within roughly about 5 minutes of one another.
All in the... Not in the...
Not in the same room.
Okay.
I guess with Arya's, is your detect thoughts, you have to cast that, or do you have your... Okay.
Well, I
You're
can
not
do it.
Imogen.
I
You're not
can
just
do
all
it
the time.
once for free.
Don't
per
you have
day.
telepathy? The feet?
Yeah.
Does that?
Yeah, can't you reach out with that?
I
To
can
like a creature
talk
that
to
you
people
know of? Is it
within
not
60 feet of me.
if it's a familiar creature though, can't you immediately? I don't know. Can you read it for us?
Telepathy or detect thoughts?
The
Am I wrong, or do you have
Either.
telepathy too?
I just have telepathy because of my bow.
Right.
So sitting up in bed, your bow's not on you.
Got
You're
it.
sitting up and it's
I'm
just.
attuned to it, I would imagine still though, so it still would be
Oh,
functional.
I thought you had to hold it. Maybe not.
I can check.
You know
been a
what?
while, but-
Let's been a while. We'll let it go. It's sort of like if you're attuned to it, there's a connection. So
I think so. I can check.
I thought it was if you were holding it, but like I said, that
Yeah,
Harrow's
like, I can-
harp I made a long fucking time ago.
I can cast detect thoughts once per day for free.
Is your telepathy
and
though? With
then
telepathy, I thought you could sense creatures of a certain intelligence.
You awaken the ability to mentally connect with others, granting you the following: increase your wisdom, blah blah blah. You can speak to any creature you can see within 60 feet of you. You're telepathic, others language. You can cast the detect thought spell, requiring no spell slot or components.
Chris Cornell, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Last Worried Moon.
Ah, he was off the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, the final one. Man, I miss him. He is such a good artist.
no, I can't.
Okay, so you have to be able to see somebody to make the connection. All right. There is a light rapping at the door. So
Sorry, rapping? Sorry.
I'm a gangster. I'm a straight up G. Curing Zodell is the life for me. At Zodell's door.
Oh.
As you're sitting there, like looking at all your stuff, you're looking around this unfamiliar room.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna grab nondescript sword.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's one of the
whatever. If
yeah,
combat
it's whatever.
kicked off, you could say whatever it is.
I'm gonna open the door.
Oh, daughter, you're awake.
Oh,
As you look past her, you also see the slightly familiar, though little muddied vision of when you first saw her. This tall, very tall elven woman.
you.
I trust that the potions have taken effect at this point.
Yes, they've taken effect. Look, she's on her feet, daughter. Let me in. Come on.
And she like reaches out and she brushes a little bit of spit off of your, or a little drool off of your cheek.
I'm gonna push her hand aside. You were the goat bartender. That was,
My friend Billy,
but
named aptly, I think.
Was it a potion of whatever happened to me?
No, the potion is what brought you back from the brink of death. That's why I had to leave quickly. I needed to go gather the ingredients. Those V sisters were quite crafty. They flooded my entire grove with toxic gases. Potent toxins. That's what I was trying to say. And this is your daughter, you're saying. She seems a little bit slow on the uptake. Now, hush, hush. Why don't you go wake up your nephew and leave me and my daughter to chit-chat?
So you
Kindly.
So you didn't do it. You walked in, and then you did. That wasn't because of you.
We saved you. They basically gassed the whole area. Most elves are immune, but since most of you are not elves, I took off immediately to gather the appropriate ingredients, since it is a very potent sort of toxin.
Right.
Can kill you within 5 minutes, you know. I don't know how long you felt like you were under the effect, but you're lucky to be alive.
That was 5 minutes?
There's a knock at Ryardon's door.
I'm gonna close the door and get ready.
One moment.
Well, your mom is still with you.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Close. You locking her in with you, or you locking her out?
No.
She's still like chatting with you. She's,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Madame Galinia has gone to another door.
Fair enough. One moment. Put my tights on.
Like it's like a montage of like Robin Hood suiting up with
Yeah,
just like the
seriously.
long green tights. It's all the way up, and then you gotta check the bulge, make sure the bulge is just right.
It's like an 80s montage, but superhero, but also D&D, and also...
Also Ryardon, I feel like 90% of the time when you get up and you're not wearing your armor and your clothes, it's like a slow motion like shampoo commercial where you're just like glistening and just like a 16 pack, you know, just the pack. Yeah, just like you could play those like a xylophone, and you're just like, oh, yes, oh, whip the hair. And you kind of get up feeling like that, still kind of on the effects of the drug. Just like, I am glorious right now. I'm steaming. I'm under a waterfall.
Rock and roll high kick, and then just put my tights on.
You got an electric lute for some reason. No, you're fine.
Okay.
You've been healed up. It was just fun to imagine.
Open the door. Oh, good morning. Or afternoon, what is it? I don't even know.
It's been about 17 or 18 minutes since we first met.
Oh, no
Damn.
shit. Well,
And for some reason I play anime music when I walk into rooms.
ow.
Turn that down a little bit, sorry. Plays out of my left butt cheek.
It's the Roomba.
You're
Got
still
us-
just like getting weird mixed, like, am I tripping?
Right. Well, that was quite the introduction, I suppose. I don't really know what happened, but everything kind of went.
A toxious fume.
The toxicity in this room.
Right.
Yes. Presuming you're still hearing voices a little bit. The V sisters had dropped an interesting package during their invasion of the Grove, and certain things were not as they would have appeared otherwise.
Okay. Yeah. Like a poisonous gas or some kind of a neurotoxin or some kind of something like that, or
something of the like. They are powerful chemists, given their nature
Naturally.
of business.
yeah, that makes sense. Only knew them for a brief moment, but from what Kenneros was saying, it's all tracks. Yeah.
Well, at least the two of them are locked up at the moment.
Ah, right. That's good. Thanks for the assistance on the end there. That was helpful.
Didn't do it for you or your companions. Your mother just never would have let me live it down if I hadn't given some assistance.
I suppose. Yeah. I don't really know where to begin or what to say. I mean, I don't think we've. I mean, maybe we've met when I was young, but
Yeah.
we don't know
As a
much.
baby.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, this is a beautiful place. I've never been other than now. So, what's? Do you know where Mother is at this point, or have heard any news?
I've heard from her before she left. Or no, I've heard from your father before he left, and I've had other sendings since. She's off on another one of her fool's errands.
Yeah, some may call it that. Okay.
It's a little hard to be patient with someone who lives forever and continues to ride into conflict after conflict after conflict, especially when sometimes they bring those conflicts to my door.
Yeah, I suppose how that would be
Cool.
irritating, I suppose. Yeah, Mother never really spoke too much of I guess her side of the family.
Oh.
So I
Her
unfortunately
side.
don't have much lore or history.
There he is.
What's up, bro?
It,
You just missed it. We had the craziest trip.
They
wait. I teleport in.
Arya, as you're laying in your bed and sitting up, seeing this room, suddenly there is a crackling ball of energy at the foot of your bed. And I'm not talking like at the end of your bed. I'm talking at the foot of on the bed. And suddenly there's a and an unconscious Zenzu just flops onto your mattress.
Ah! Don't kill me, Moss.
You just hear this little voice, like still trickling away from the back. Where can I find you?
And then I see that it's Zenzu.
Yeah,
I'm
and,
like, oh,
and
shit.
he's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
0 hit points. He just literally went and just landed on the bed.
I'll
You know, you guys fill in Tate in a pack. I wanted you all to be together so you could discuss before I went pee, but I'm pinching it off here, so
I will.
we'll get back to this though.
That's what I sound like.
I will cast Cure Wounds.
He's all bleeding on the linen white. It's like, no!
Is a comfortable surface. We're not just fighting.
21 points of healing to you.
Cool.
I'm not at my computer, but I'll remember that.
And you are no longer unconscious.
So, could you hear what I said a second ago?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, it's a comfortable surface. Wait, were we not just fighting?
We were, but you went unconscious and then blipped out. What did she say?
Zooped out?
Zooped out.
That's new.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then you
Wow.
zooped back here onto my bed.
how long has it been?
You wouldn't know, probably.
I have no idea. It feels
Do you
like...
mean?
Well, at the end of the fight, Oh, I guess I wouldn't know what actually happened.
Nope. You just went on an acid trip, and now we're here.
Yeah, at the end of the fight, things kind of went a little weird. Like, the trees started doing some weird stuff, and then Ren started talking to the moon, and Zodel's boob just decided to start growing, and it wouldn't stop. And then she started digging in the ground for some reason, and I couldn't understand what she was saying. And then I started
This is very odd.
And then the moss looked really nice and comfortable, so I laid down and started making moss angels, and then it started talking to me and said that I killed its children, and they said that they were gonna get me, and it was a bit scary. And then I woke up, and then you zooped in.
Zen-zooped.
Sometimes it is not the light of the world that guides us, but the light of our hearts. Seems your heart has guided you through quite an adventure this night. I'm sorry to have disturbed you in your slumber, your nighties. I guess I'll be leaving your room now.
I mean, I don't even know if it's night, but yeah, I don't really know where we are.
I have really low charisma, so I have to lean into that more. I'm just gonna walk out of your room.
Okay.
No.
I have very low charisma too, so.
Yeah, Zenzu opens the door and immediately trips over like a gnome guard that's stationed there, and you well, actually make a dex check. You don't have any dice?
I just got home.
Okay. Okay. We'll come back to that then. We'll come back to that.
I'm gonna make my protein. You guys talk at me while I get ready.
All right. So as he goes out the door, he opens it, and there's like a, and just like a stumbling of somebody, and you're still just haunted by moss as Ryardon is finishing up his conversation with Auntie. I don't remember what was last said.
We were talking. What were we just saying? I should have.
Talking about his mom and
Oh,
how
yeah,
she's
just, like-
on a fool's errand and.
Yeah, and that we didn't really talk much about this side of the family, and I don't know much
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
And I don't know entirely that much about you by my own intention.
Well, I don't exactly know what that means, but I have no grudge against you. I would love to know more about the family of this side. Obviously, you have some form of status here in the Dawnwood, and I didn't know that, but I've only heard quite the stories of this part of the world just from reading textbooks of colleges and just learning about the world. So, enlighten me.
Enlighten you. Enlighten one so young. Never has there been a greater task in front of me. You should not have been born.
It's a hell of a place to start.
I think it's the only place to start. I never approved of your father. I never approved of your mother's willingness to finally bed down with one of the mortals. I never... She cursed herself with you, with her tether to this mortal realm, with her idealisms, her weak heart.
Quite the history lesson.
I love that lip smack. Chris, it was just... Yeah. Arya's in the other room like, I don't know why I need to look this way and do this right now.
I suppose when I asked for a enlightened history lesson, I didn't expect a immediate personal attack. You obviously don't get along with my mother. That's quite clear to me now. Why is that? Where's the animosity come from?
Your birth.
That's not helpful to me, Aunt Evelyn.
Aunt. Never wanted to be an aunt. Never wanted your mother to become a mother when she has such a greater purpose, and birthing you was maybe the only thing that could destroy her spirit. There it is. She reaches down and grasps your wrist and pulls up the hand with the gem in it. There it is. It's exactly what I warned her of. So you are to die if she does not spark the mechanism?
Some kind of deal with the dragon that way, yeah.
Tethered herself to these primitives. If you do spark the mechanism, let her know I will be the first one to jump into that chasm, so that I don't have to watch how far the dust will break and burn because of you. And because of her choice to have you.
That's her burden. I mean, I did not have a say in existing, and yet here I am.
And one would not think that a birth could be something that could make them so furious. And yet I look on you with a semblance of love and kinship, and at the same time wish that I could kill you myself. But I would never do that to my sister.
That would also seem quite short-sighted, given the goals you seem to have, as well.
My goals are eternity for the elven realms. For us, the highest of the bloods. Not the high bloods, as I'm sure you understand them, but the most pure of the bloods. And you being an anchor to your mother's heart may ruin everything that we have set forth from generations uncounted.
I've never met an elf, or a group of elves that have wanted to put others down to lift themselves up before. This is new.
In the
Don't know how to
dawn,
feel about that.
in the
Don't know if I
dawnwood,
like that.
in the dawnwood, up is all we strive for. You forest elves, you wood elves, you twilight forest elves, as you were birthed by your father, you frivolous, your partying, your non-consequential actions, or seeming unconsequential actions, only infuriate those of us that live here and that strive for more, that want to succeed, that want to outlive. And you flaunt it. Maybe not you specifically, but your lesser born elves are a bad name for us.
Only elves could be racist to elves.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point.
Oh my god. Jesus.
It seems
Yeah, I've been waiting for you guys to get to the Dawnwood for a long time. These are the hoity-toity, like, fuck everyone else elves.
It seems, Aunt Eveline, that I may be young, but your quest of pure delayed gratification seems to have robbed you of happiness and presence and fulfillment in the moment. And maybe that's where the Wood Elves have got it right.
One can agree to disagree. And I am at a point in life where arguing is pointless. You can take your frivolosity. Is that a word? Frivolousness?
I mean, great
Frivolousness.
verb if it is, yeah.
You
Frivolosity.
can take your... This has got some frivolosity to it, man.
Sick, bro.
Yeah. Shut
Great band name.
Yeah, great band name, Frivolosity. You can take your frivolous, carefree nature back to where your father came from and pray that you die before your mother breaks the world because of your existence. I am done with you. You have this moment with me. You have this moment in my forest. And you have this moment of healing thanks to Grinelda only. I would have gladly watched you all perish. I will have people sent to you to guide you or transport you wherever you need be, but until your mother is rid of you on her eternal quest for balance, you and I have nothing more to talk about. Because there is nothing that you could possibly understand that I have to explain.
Fair enough. Well, I guess this is...
Sorry.
Guess this is what they mean when the blood of the sword is thicker than the water of the womb, isn't it?
Ooh, Damn, son. Yeah, do one of those. Do one of those. Clap back, bitch. One. Blood up the boom.
Yes.
Nice. She stares at you for a long moment. And you can make an insight check if you'd like.
Do my best.
Never know.
Insights.
It's not super high.
14.
You know, I had the DC at 15, but with the 14, I'll give it to you because really cool. You do see as she finishes this conversation with you, there is like a long, forlorn, not long, a quick, but like a longing, forlorn sadness in her face. Like she is, you kind of get that she's upset that she is so stern with you, but she's upset because it's her sister's soul and duty that is at stake,
Right.
that she trusts so much in, and she's trying to rid herself a little bit of her emotion toward you,
Right.
and she just leaves you with that stare and that glimpse that you get, and she turns and she walks down the hallway the opposite way.
Fair enough.
Bryn.
That was fun.
I sit up in bed, see my stuff, immediately jump out of bed. Oh, too soon. Fall over.
One of your feet seems like it sinks through the wood, and you're like, ah! Just hit the ground. You're like, why am I talking like Kermit the Frog? What else are you doing? That was it? Was that your whole scene?
Eventually, I'll probably get up and get my stuff on.
Okay. You start putting your stuff on. That takes a few minutes.
Mm.
Falconer.
Yeah, I will get up, put a sword on, and then kind of crack the door open.
Just a sword, no armor?
Yep, just a sword.
All right. I imagine you like white blouse, tight pants, just a sword. Regal as all fuck. Yeah, you open the door. Oh, hello, sir. There's an elf standing there he's got a bow on his back, a sword at his hip.
Ooh,
Are you feeling well?
yes, actually. Where am I?
Oh, we're at the. Let me scroll my notes. Let me scroll my notes. We're at the Castellian estate.
All right. And how did we come to be here?
Well, the Queen herself transported you here with the sage, Grinalda, and her potions to heal you from certain death. It's been a little touch and go for the last, 17 minutes.
17 minutes, you say?
Estimating. I don't actually have a sundial watch on me.
That just seems like not a lot of time for what felt like longer than that.
I have been told by the physicians and others, the clerics that have come by, that it's not uncommon for those to live many lifetimes even under the state of the chemicals that you had consumed. But it is good to see that you are alive.
My companions?
I have been stationed at this doorway only. I am uncertain.
Can you find out if they're all right, please?
Unfortunately, I am stationed to this door alone. You are allowed to wander the halls, given your recovery. But I myself have been dictated to only guard this door. And when it comes to semantics, elves are the ones that are the most...
Semantic?
Are the ones that are most easily bend the rules based on specific semantics, and so I have been told to guard this door. You, however, are free to maneuver wherever you would like, and I am going to get paid the same regardless.
What a door.
Was there a kitchen or something? somewhere?
I am actually not familiar with this property. I was brought here by the Queen and posted at this door to guard you. I traveled with the Queen. I do not live here. I don't know where the kitchens are. I don't even know where the washroom is, which is actually becoming a bit of a problem in the last 30 minutes or so. Or, sorry, 7 minutes or so.
Yep, I can see they hire the best and brightest here.
Ooh, shots fired.
My charismatic way. It doesn't come across as
Yeah.
cutting.
Thank you for the compliment, sir.
At this moment.
And if you do find a washroom, that would be of great import of information for myself. Thank you.
I will keep an eye on your name, good sir.
My name. Oh, I am Steve,
Classic.
Steve.
and I will.
It's very elvish. Is that on your father or your mother's side? Pick that.
It's a family name.
Steve. Yep.
Yeah, Steve. And my
Steve
father
Stevenson.
was Steve Stephen. His father was Steve Stefan. Like I said, when it comes to elves in my campaign, they're all just that they have the most bland ass fucking names. Everybody else has all these exotic names.
Read it names first, motherfucker.
And if you keep an eye out for the washroom, I will keep watching the door.
You're good.
As you
I'll go.
as you go to walk away, he slowly just reaches out, closes the door, and then like leans back against the wall with his spear.
I'm gonna.
Does that happen as Senzu falls out of my room?
So Zenzu trips over. Oh wait, is Tate back? That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Keep going.
So no.
Oh, yeah. I've kitted out. I'm talking to my mom more.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, how was it? It's one of my favorites, personally,
Well-
but only most elves and hags are immune to its more lethal effects.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It was fun except for that part. I didn't.
What did you see? Tell me.
Would you know if I'm immune to the effects, having been
Oh,
born?
clearly not. I had to save your life.
Oh, I could have sworn I saw Ryardon and Falconer, but I don't.
Oh, what were they doing?
Well,
Unspeakable acts of sexuality?
no. Ryardon was speaking gibberish or something, and then Falconer.
Well, he didn't seem like the brightest one anyway.
Yeah, Falconer. He just faded into the background.
Yes, all that shiny armor clearly compensating for something.
Yeah, right. I was there. Like when I was imprisoned, when we were imprisoned in Dara, I saw him without his armor. It's like, psh, so what, right?
Yes, so scrawny in
Right?
comparison to yourself. Yes. Yes, you're a muscular girl. She reaches out and she like fondles your biceps. Yes. You take after your father.
Right. So, I think I accidentally killed Arya.
Oh.
I mean, I did something. I pushed her into the ground. Then she turned into a mole. But then, oh man,
Tell me more.
I'm trying to remember. It's hazy.
Tell it in montage now with this music.
So there I was.
So I picked her up, you see. Sorry, that's still some of the drugs coming out of your system.
Yeah.
10x speed, just like in the 1920s film.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, I'm like running around naked, like, what's going on? Yeah.
Darling, you're back now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
calm down. You don't need to run around the room.
So it went mostly like that, and it wasn't because of you. You saved me. It was the Vi sisters. They swamped the place.
Oh, they poisoned it quite thoroughly, yes. Dropped a little present for you all.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly. How long has it been?
Oh, about 20 minutes. It's still the same day.
Yeah.
Longest.
So where are we now
Feels like it's
then?
been
What's this?
Oh, you're in
months.
Generos's family's estate.
It's nice. Yeah, that reminds me. Kinneros and Ryardon. They were all just like it's like they were talking gerbils or something. Yeah, pretty much exactly what Ryardon said. I'm pointing to the wall, but I mean,
That guy over there. This is mudded voice.
yeah.
Talking gerbils.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes that drug has that effect on people. Yeah, I think you mean
The gerbil speak.
Sorry, that hit me really hard.
I made you what?
I think you're
Speaking
talking.
gerbalish.
I think you're talking gerbalish.
Gerbil. Yeah.
I think you mean gibberish, my darling.
Gerbilish.
Close enough.
Gerberish.
Listen. Your friends are fine.
Oh.
Aria is not so fortunate.
Oh. She's on the moon still.
I was waiting for the end of the story. No, she's okay.
Oh.
You didn't tell me what happened to her. I had to kind of claw it out.
She
of you.
exploded.
I'm sure she's exploded before.
Wow.
Has she?
Based off of some of the the visions that I've seen of you.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened once or twice. Probably.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Do I have her last name?
No.
No?
Orcs and Orkine typically have clan names.
Oh. Do you remember the name of my dad's clan?
Actually, this is a fun adult thing.
Your father never kept a clan, as he traveled with packs. He traveled and worked with clans.
Oh.
But he and your mother struck out on their own most of the time.
It's like a social worker.
Do you have a clan now? If there's a name you wish to choose, it should be one that is important to you.
Thunderface! Dude,
So your group is called Clan
no.
Thunderface?
When we were in, we met this.
I know a toilet's called a
Do you remember
Thunderbox.
Boblin? You remember Boblin?
I kind of skipped that chapter of it.
We went to this like weird like political party, and I was all dolled up, and I was dressed as something Thunderface. Remember? Oh my God! What's her name? Thunderface. I can be Thunder. Oh.
You kind of seemed like you were good at that point, so I kind of fast-forwarded a bit.
Oh,
It's when you move forward fastly.
You just want it to be drama, huh?
Oh, mostly. Well, the dangerous portions.
I mean,
I
yeah.
need to know if I need to intervene.
Uh-huh.
There was that one time.
Not even when I die.
There was that one time with those trees.
Yeah, I remember. I
looked-
died.
I looked away from my screen for 1 second.
It's like, oh, commercial breaks. Then you come back and she's dead.
Death has entered the chat.
Listen, I spoke to you before. Would you be the strong, powerful person you are right now if I had come and held your hand
So then why-
every step of the way?
Why even say you were there in case it got bad? Because it did get bad.
You know what I did watch?
That's an excuse.
You know what I did watch?
And she's like getting a little giddy and leaning in towards you. Her head's kind of getting a little bigger.
I watched you beat a giant ox in a competition of breathing underwater. I watched you.
Giant ox. I don't remember that.
Not ox, sorry,
It's a horse,
giant elk.
Breathing underwater.
Oh, that's right.
I remember watching you sink a ship with your wit alone in a single item.
Which Falconer still owes me.
That part I might have missed. And I remember watching you turn yourself from person to person, for good. To not jar the people that you love.
Yeah.
You inherited these abilities from myself. Have they not served you well?
That ship thing was pretty sweet.
It was very sweet up top.
As you hit her hand, you just like watch all these fingers sort of like spread out, and like the bones crackle all the way up her arm, and then like the little spine chest quivers.
She's the Spider Woman right now, or the cloaky elven lady?
No, she's full hag mode right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. When she's an elf, she talks quite regally.
True.
Yeah, when she's old, she's ugly.
No, she. It was sort of the thing where she was like, "I need to bamf," and you're like, "Oh, well, we assume that she's just like not welcome by the elves." And it's like,
No, I know these people. I just went to go. I saw you were getting poisoned. I went to go get ingredients.
Yeah, that reminds me. I could have I was unconscious, but I heard you. I thought you said you were leaving because there was like an enemy of yours.
The enemy probably was just the poison.
Oh, okay.
No, I said that I've got to get out of here to go and get the antitoxin.
Oh, okay. Well, I totally misinterpreted that. That's
above table. You were supposed to.
okay. I think that's why when what's her face tall lady showed up, I thought she was like bad, and then you left because she came.
No, Queen
No,
Queenie
she's-
and I are long time friends.
Oh, okay.
She's a bitch of a bitch.
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Certified.
Okay.
And I swear she cheats at dice.
Oh, I hate that.
But she's good at it. I can never catch her. I mean, the kinds of dice we play involve about 142 different dice per hand, so
Wow.
with some sleight of hand, somebody can get away with some bullshit.
Yeah. But why? That seems so like random.
Well, when you live as long as we do, we kind of just come up with complex games. You'll get there one day.
Yeah, I will, because apparently I'm gonna turn like how long? Like how old?
You
Like,
technically don't know that yet,
yeah, oh, yeah.
so you should be asking a question at this point.
I could have sworn she told me that.
Did she tell you in one of the little vision?
Like she may have told me because she told me about like hag powers, and I'm pretty sure she mentioned
Oh,
the
okay,
age
well,
thing.
we'll let that go then. Yes.
Yeah, you'll know at one point. Or at some point.
Do you know how old I'm gonna be? I mean, I was prepared to live for like.
I've never actually birthed one of a half-orc
Mhm.
variety.
How old are you now?
When did the continents collide?
Oh wow, that is.
It's been some time. And I've spent some years back in my home, in the Fae Realm. It's actually where your brothers and sisters still live to this day, if you consider them brothers and sisters based on birth of the body.
Okay, you could. Okay, so wait, brother. So like step siblings, like.
For ease of simplicity, let's just call them brothers and sisters from your hag mother.
Right. Where are they? Where?
In the Great Place, the Fae Realm.
Oh.
Or as the children call it, the File.
Oh, yeah.
You
yeah.
have heard of it.
Yeah.
Tate, are you ready?
I thought I was young, but I mean, if I'm not grasping onto this file thing, maybe I'm starting to get old.
And you'll be old for a long time.
Ugh. Okay, well, I
You
grabbed the
just-
rest of my stuff, and I'm gonna look around. I'm assuming the rest of us are here, right?
They're in other rooms up the hall.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the inside of a tree. It's sort of just like kind of half winds, half zigzags. Yeah, it's Kinnerosa's family's estate.
Feel free to join, but I'm just gonna go around knocking on random doors.
But I was going to go get some tea, actually. And I might turn back, since the hump tends to freak some people out.
What is?
As it's sort of just like underneath her cloak.
I mean,
It's a sign of beauty where I come from. The bigger the hump, the... Well, you know, I'll save the rest of that statement. You're a little young yet.
And she starts to, as she
is it
turns,
just the same line again? Is it the bigger the hump, the bigger the hump?
she said she was going to save the line
Bigger
for
the
you for
hump,
when
the
you're
bigger
older.
the pump, dude. That's what it is.
Because you squeeze the hump and it pumps it out. Yeah.
Oh.
I have so much jizz inside me. I'm a living, walking testicle.
As she
Her mom's getting testy right
God.
now. Look at that.
How dare you? How dare you think of that before I did?
Yeah, if she says that, I'm leaving like 30% faster than I
Yeah,
would.
she stops halfway through the statement, and as she turns to go one way, you just see the disgruntled queen walking another way. Make a perception check, actually.
Sure. Oh, nice. 23.
Nice. The DC was 20. As you see the queen walking past, you see her wiping a tear from her eye. Walking past, just furious face, but like wiping an angry tear from her face. And she just keeps on going.
Spicy food will do that.
And then your really big mom, because like she's not like 8 feet tall, she just like slowly starts to, and her head goes back and the spine turns back into a spine and the hump goes away and yes, some tea would be quite nice. And she walks down the
How do you get
stairs.
the dress to get all like back to normal?
You can, what was your perception? 22?
23.
23. With a 23, you watch as like these silkworms live on her body and are constantly, like I said, her fabric grew up on her when she was a hag, like worms climbing her body, and there's like these silkworms that just climb around her and they just make her garment as she's going back and forth. And then they just sort of like,
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
hags
go.
are fascinating.
I'm gonna go down the other way and look for the first door I see, or first
Alright.
people I recognize.
Tate, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So as you, Zodel, you turn and kind of follow the non-mom way.
Yep.
You go up and a door opens and suddenly Zenzu just like trips over the gnome guard that's there and falls out into the hall as Arya's like peeking around just like, are you okay?
You good?
I think so. I rolled pretty good on the dex. Whatever.
What was it?
Falls
Yeah.
off the railing 50 feet.
I rolled a 16. I don't know if it was a check or a saving throw. That's either 21 or 24.
It was a saving throw, yeah, because you like opened a door and then just stepped out.
24. Wow.
And there was just like, the guard is a gnome, right? So you tripped over him. So with a 24, you managed to high step over the gnome, plant your foot, reverse flip up onto the wall, push yourself back, slide down the wall, and land on your feet, like right beside him. And he's like, I don't know what just fucking happened. Did you just front flip, back flip off the... Are you okay? Were you one of the... You weren't one of the poisons ones. Who are you?
Yeah, Zenzi, last I saw you, you sort of went down. You good?
Well, you know this one?
No, yeah, I think he's with us. He's good.
Why is he so dark?
I don't know.
I'm not fucking racist.
Why,
but that's,
why are you so short?
Fair point. It's just, he's really dark.
I don't know. I mean, some people get like earth genasi. That's, I don't know. Maybe he's like. I'm not one to speculate. I don't know.
I was just hired to watch the door.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Great river of the world. Current pulls me along, and I simply put my feet forward.
Very quick.
Arya healed me.
Ah, gotcha. I'm guessing you Zenzu back like you do.
This is quite the term you guys call
Nice
me.
flip.
Arby's coming out like pulling on her friggin' pants. It's like, don't.
So I, as you say, zooped myself into Ari's bedchambers.
Oh, I didn't know you guys are like that.
I
We're
do not believe we are.
Oh, is
You're there. You can get into the conversation. It's just an open door.
oh, so you just showed up? I mean, yeah, I guess.
so.
Yep.
It was quite comfortable, but
Yeah,
I only was on it for a second.
yeah. The beds here, they're good. Good
Sure.
beds.
You just hear the guard snicker.
So, Del, do you know how long we were out for? It felt like
20
a
minutes.
dog's age. It was only 20 minutes?
Yeah.
It is a dog.
Is your boob okay?
Yes.
Two crazy questions at the same time. Dogs are awesome, that's all. It's normal. It's
Okay,
good.
good.
Right, and I imagine you're like coming down the hallway at this point, and
Why?
when
Why would
Odell,
it
your
be?
breasts do look normal, I can attest.
Do you,
Falconer, were you doing anything specific, or Falconer's coming up in like his like an unarmored garb. You guys are seeing him like he's coming down the hallway. He's like in whatever he's wearing. I just imagine him in like a white blouse.
Yep, white silk.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, it is the Falcon Man.
Red.
It seems we are all converging.
Red.
The Falcon Man. That's good.
What are you doing? I can't remember if.
Yeah, once I regained my balance.
Oh, right.
Probably just put my stuff on and try the door.
You open it. There's what's funny?
Giant dragonborn guy.
An elf.
Oh.
But he's scratching his asshole right when you open the door. Just like getting real in there, right? Like he's got an itch and he's finding it.
In the pan. Not out.
In the pants, but over the underwear, I think.
Not that you'd be able to tell.
INTPO. TUP.
You might want to try ointment.
EHS.
What are you? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Did you sit on a prickle bush?
He's slowly, like trying to look like he's just brushing his upper lip. He sniffs it.
Don't touch your
He
eye.
sniffs it.
It's kind of no.
You notice one of his eyes is already a little pink. It's that kind of session, guys. It's that kind of session. We've been on a drug trip. We got pink eye going on. Let's lean into it.
Where?
That's nasty.
Yes. Dude, you've been working on that soundboard, haven't you?
Holy shit.
Amazing.
Give us some air horns right
This is
now.
some top shelf execution.
Yeah.
Man, poetry.
Where are we?
Oh, the Modus estate, Cassar Leon.
Right. And the rest of my group?
Well, I
Or
saw
really
one of
just down the
them
hall.
in a beautiful one in a bright white silken shirt and a sword on his hip and tight leather pants. Walked past going that way just
Okay,
but
thank
a
you.
moment
Goodbye.
ago. And I will write literature about it.
I'm down the hall.
you come up the hallway just in time to see all of everybody getting back together. And
The worst part is this weirdo's probably being like Dave or like
Yeah.
like Joe. Or
I was just hired to watch the dog. All right, you guys reunite. Talk about your shit.
The reason why I was asking about your boob was because after the fight, like all the trees went weird and it went dark, and then all of a sudden your boobs started growing, but you were talking gibberish and I couldn't understand you.
You got sent to the moon.
What?
Hello.
You.
I also could
Wait.
not understand
You were talking to the moon.
And you are a
said it
mattress.
was fuzzy.
Odell, you are in puberty? Your boobs are going?
No. I don't think so. Orcs.
They look the same as the last time I saw them.
Yeah, I agree, but also why would you know?
Also, why did we wake up here? What-
Do
oh.
you have my cloak?
Like-
Where are we?
Oh, I was wondering about that. That's right.
We're at Kinneros's place.
Oh, this is
Thank you.
Kinneros's house. Okay.
I need to ask.
Also-
No, Rose.
You keep it tight.
I don't understand.
Should.
I guess what I'd
I
like
don't
to,
remember.
like to know more about where they hire their gods from. That's for sure.
They probably hire him from like
Is it like an Indeed ad or
the
a,
unemployment
yeah.
bin or something.
yeah?
Like the we have the elves at home kind of thing.
These are all of Kinneros's like weird second cousins.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, so
The-
your boob grew,
They up in a pickup truck and
and,
it's like, we need cars for a couple days.
and then I like sat on
How
some
many will
moss,
pay
and
12
it
bucks
said
an
that I
hour?
killed its children, and then it started like the moss started like haunting me, and I didn't know what happened, and then I woke up
Yeah,
here,
my-
and I don't know what happened.
the Vi sisters apparently they totally flooded the place with like a bunch of like like
It was like a poison of some kind.
Yeah,
from what I
the-
understand,
the-
yeah.
Oh,
the seeing gas.
The
interesting.
seeing gas?
Yeah, you see stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know how you say it. The
Hello.
lemon.
We pushed past
Hello.
the limit. We tripped on hallucinogens.
Yeah.
Hello to you too, handsome one.
Oh,
Oh, it's this guy.
I want to call him Dave.
Don't
was like
touch his
that.
eye.
Don't shake his hand.
You look like the T1000 when like his one eye gets carved off. It's just like bright red, just like glowing. It's like through the sunglasses, just like.
Oh, it's Pink Eye Peter over there, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Worst part is that could actually be his name, Peter.
People call me Pete. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. There it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chella. I didn't mean to bother you. I thought I was helping you.
Is
So-
this everybody? Are we?
Yeah, I think we got everyone. Yeah.
Zenzu, how you feeling, mate? You were flat on the floor there the last time we saw you.
And use. Why is my audio not working properly? I am used to being on the floor.
I don't know how to
I don't
unpack
know. Yeah.
that. Is that a euphemism for something, or does that just mean you don't sleep with a mattress?
World is an interesting place. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, it was quite the wild ride.
Yeah, you were speaking all dribblese back there.
I guess. Yeah, I couldn't understand you either. Yeah. All you was saying was.
Yeah, that's great. It was easily the weirdest part, and I was naked the whole time. So I mean,
Seems to me like the sanctum of your mind's been tampered with.
that's what drugs do,
What?
man.
Who saved us?
Well, my mom and your weird mom, whatever, what's aunt?
Yeah, the auntie.
Oh.
And she doesn't really like me. I
She
don't-
seems very uptight.
I saw her crying.
You saw her crying.
Wait,
When?
I don't know. I was walking. Before I found Denzu, I saw her storm out of.
Like just now.
I mean, yeah, just a second ago.
Well, we just had a conversation and it wasn't great. Her and I don't.
Yeah,
See eye to eye.
she looked pissed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Got under her skin a bit, did ya?
I don't know how to interpret that. Yeah, she I asked, hey, we don't know much about each other because my mom hasn't really talked about your side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing after I said, can you enlighten me on this part of the world and your home? The first thing she said was, well, we didn't want you to exist.
Shit.
Dang, second time she called you whelp. Two for two.
2 for 2, yeah, sure, we'll go with that. But yeah, she doesn't like how my mother makes choices, and
What a bitch.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Even my mom was like, yeah, we go way back, but she's a bitch.
it seems
We go back a whole 20 minutes ago.
No. That's what my mom said about your aunt.
Yeah.
That's what I
oh,
meant.
that's
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's not just me then. Yeah, she seems
Yeah.
like she's got an agenda that is very narrow, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of world and a lot of great people out there that we've seen, and it just seems to not align with her vision for an idyllic future. So here we are. Not seeing eye to eye. So anyway.
Yeah, especially because she's like a foot above you.
Well, literally, yeah, that's true. But,
Probably like 3. How tall is she again?
Is she a full elf then?
oh, proper elf, yeah.
Yeah.
6'8", though. Huge.
Yeah.
Unit.
Yeah.
Unit.
Like she was like way tall. Like she was like 7-8 feet. I thought.
Shay said like 6'8".
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
So she's a high elf?
high and mighty on themselves, it
Yeah.
seems. But, yeah. Don't necessarily want to linger around here if this is the welcome we're going to receive. So,
Yeah, no kidding. Between her and Kinner's dad.
what a combo.
Yeah.
Shout out to your mom, though. That was nice.
Yeah. I mean.
She's real creepy, but she seems alright.
Yeah.
Certified creepy, yeah. She's really
Indeed.
quite helpful.
Yeah.
She can just stay in her.
I don't know how I
Elf
felt
form.
about it, but I mean, no, I feel like she's definitely on the like better range of
Yeah.
possibilities of who my mom could have been.
How are you taking it all? I feel like it's been a lot.
I mean, I'm not saying it helps that I didn't know my mom, and now that I know she's dead, like it's weird. But I mean, like now that I know, it's different. But at the same time, I definitely wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't have some of these powers,
Yeah.
some of these. She calls them gifts. I mean, I guess they're gifts, sort of. I mean, it's
You
just
definitely
different.
do things that a lot of people don't do. So,
So I mean, I'm not saying I owe her or anything, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like I spite her. Like my mom died, and then if she were there, then I wouldn't be here because I would have died
Yeah.
in my mom anyway. And I don't know. It's just complicated, weird. It's weird knowing that she ate my mom.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean
those are the small
Wait,
details
what?
you could go without.
yeah.
She like ate her bones or something and then birthed Sodell.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You were there for that.
That is messed up.
That's what I'm saying.
But she like gave you a vision or something, right? She like touched your face and then you like went all stiff.
Yeah.
Did she show you something?
I totally forgot about that. She touched my face. I thought she was just gonna like show me my mom. I was seeing and feeling what my mom felt. So I didn't.
Wow.
I don't think I ever actively saw her, but it was like I could see my dad. I could feel like what she felt,
Yeah.
but I could also feel that it's like I don't know. It was different, and now she's dead. She's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that you got to kind of see through her eyes a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Didn't feel super different, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. She's my mom, right?
Yeah, that's how it goes. Falconer, how you doing over there, mate?
Well, in the kitchen, there's muffins and stuff if you guys want.
Oh, you're
Sweet.
Speaking my love language now.
Eating a muffin.
So Falconer would have mentioned this earlier as you guys were talking, as he comes down into the kitchen and Kinneros is there. Oh fuck, who is he talking with? Oh fuck, where did it go?
Gum gum.
You're looking very 80s ballad right now. White flowy shirt and then tight leather pants. That's very crazy. That's a crazy combo.
Usually how I look.
I have more
Often
than
see each
more
other
than
out
words
of-
here.
Work, let's call it.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, who was he there with? I fucking lost it.
I think I beat her.
Toby?
Kinneros is in the kitchen now talking to Toby's there. Toby's up and he's sort of like a quieter stoic type. Like you guys heard him talk a lot because he was just like, we're getting the fucking shit kicked out of us. Like we gotta fight, right? You know, and he's all amped up. But Kinneros is down there and he's sort of just like passing a blunt back and forth between himself and Auntie Grinelda. And just like
Nice.
telling the stories like, so like I got redrawn. And so, like, I was, you know, basically just, like, flying for 3 days. Flying high, if you know what I mean. And she's like, I do, dear. She passes the blunt back. And he's like, so anyway, the rest of my crew were, like, they went and they fought, like, somebody that, like, had hair that was weapons. I don't know. They were telling me the story. She's like, oh, did they say where it was from? And she passes it back to him, and he takes a big, I don't know, something like reflectoring. Oh, the refractor.
Refactorum.
The refractorum.
Refractorum.
Yes, that's. Oof. Yes, that's quite a sticky wicket. If you remember, I brought up how Quirky was one of their agents. Also, you know, made a slave of my sister. Granted, she deserved it. She was a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, how... Sorry to
And he just liked to lick toes, and she was into that.
Sorry to interject.
Welcome.
That, like, super quirky thing where he became Prince Quirkolopoulos or whatever. Is that real? Or was that, like...
Oh, the real Quirky.
Kinneros.
Kinneros, yeah. Kinneros has been quirky the whole time.
Corvanus.
Corvanus. Oh yes, the Prince Corvanus does exist within the Trouble-Torn Empire.
Wait, are we there now, or is this a flashback for Falconer?
No, we're
it's
in the
just
kitchen, I thought.
Conversation in the kitchen.
We're just walking into the kitchen. We're walking onto this
Okay,
conversation.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Prince Corvanus. I don't know.
Yeah, Corvanus.
Corvanus is the prince of the Trouble-Torn Empire within the Fey Realm, and the Refractorum hasn't grown as much as it could have, given his efforts and the efforts of the Empire. But it is becoming a burgeoning problem within the Fey Realm. They duplicate individuals to manipulate across the many realms.
Like, damn.
So does that mean anytime we see a Quirky, we should kill it?
I'm all for that. I'm down with that.
Well, like I said last time, do not trust a Quirky.
Yeah.
But one of them is the original. I don't know where they exist in time and space, whether they are still back within their country or if they are traversing the world looking for aid.
How do we know if they're real? Like, what's the test? Like, what do we...
So far, I'm the only one that I know that has been able to bond myself with the Refractorum. Therefore, my pact with them is only of one who knew my true name and is bonded to tell the absolute truth, could possibly identify themselves as the prince. So those last two, they got it a little bit wrong. So I could tell that they were false, but I also suckled at that teat of information to see if I could garner anything else about the war going on in the Fair Realm, since I've not been there in quite some time.
So, if we know your real name, which we do, we can just ask these Quirkies what your name is, your real name.
It's a little different because they are bonded through the pact of the realm.
Yeah, I don't think they really care what we think. So.
It doesn't matter if you know my true name. It only matters that the Refractorum does, and they know that if they send duplicates against me, that their duplicates will have to know my name, but they are cursed to never know my name. If that makes sense. It's a bit of a convoluted pact, but like I said, I make deals. And I'm very good at wording them. That was a good song for vacation. Basically, only a Quirky that is duplicated will be able to know if, or I will be able to tell if a duplicated Quirky is not the original, because they can They have no way of knowing my true name because the refractorum has written my true name into, this is getting a little convoluted.
So the Cephaloran
Yeah.
leech we fought in.
Oh, just one of their pets.
Okay. Is there a pet of the refractor?
No, yes, one of their weird machinations.
Okay.
One of my favorites, if I'm honest with you.
And the Corkies are spies?
Or worse, we'll find out.
Okay.
I just know that there is more than one, there is more than many. And I can identify them when I come across them by asking if they know my true name. And if they do
Right.
not, then I can
Well-
feel out the information and then destroy them.
What would make it, like, the real Quirky? What would be advantageous about knowing that? Like, why not kill everything? Like, is he the prince of the realm?
Well, the real Corky is actually working against the Refractorum.
Oh, see, that's helpful. Yeah.
He is, yes, so he's the king. So the Refractorum and the Trouble Torn. Let me grab my book to make sure that I'm pronouncing
And so,
this.
as a kind of, I guess a tactic against the real Quirky, they've made clones of Quirky as kind of a battle back against.
Well, the interesting
So
thing about
it's like
Quirky,
a sort of Clone Wars.
it's the interesting thing about Quirky, as well, is that the version of him that is Quirky, or the many versions, are, how do I put this? Sort of a
Stupid.
softball, hedonistic copy. They don't exactly embody all of the nature of the prince. They're used as sort of a joke against the Treveltorn Empire.
Right.
He's
So kind of
So he is still a fawn. So, like, you saw somebody try and like one of the Quirkies tried to duplicate his physical form.
Yeah,
he was like
he got
tall
taller,
and
yeah.
regal and muscular.
Right.
His tum turned into washboard abs, But
tumness turned into absness.
yeah, so the Quirkies, as she's trying to describe it, or how I'm trying to describe it, they're sort of like a fuck you to that empire. Like, we copied your prince, shrunk him down, made him stupider, hedonistic, like, get into all this business, and then send out in droves, essentially, is what's going on.
So he's like walking, talking, awful propaganda.
Yeah. But at the same time, they're also spies. She'll tell you that now. Like, they're also spies. They gather information. They gather up with crews. And they're useful because they can turn invisible and they can sneak and they can steal. And just like the first time you guys met them, stealing your ale. And then, they ingratiate themselves with groups and become party members and then continue to move on. It's like the invasion of the body snatchers, except just with Quirkies. And then-
Maybe we should check in with Captain Quirky.
Question.
See if he's
Yeah.
still on his way here.
That's probably a good idea. I could scry on him.
The real Quirky, hypothetically, if we encountered another Quirky, and we just killed him, if he did happen to be the real one, what would be the consequences of, killing Prince Corvinus?
Well, I imagine that I almost went in hag voice there, but she's in elven mode right now. I imagine that there would be dire consequences for the Treveltorn Empire.
Damn.
Since their one and only heir would be gone. The majority of their magical safeguards revolve around their bloodline. But I shouldn't imagine that would be something that you would have to worry about.
Can I ask? I mean, it's interesting that they would use Quirkies as a mechanism to infiltrate as spies. Other groups and other parties make sense in the same plane, but it's interesting that it's a Fey realm organization, effectively, but on the dust itself. So do they have malicious plans to cross planar rule or something like that? Like,
That is the best question that any of you have asked, and I believe it is because they have become affiliated with a certain branch of the Aspheran Alliance. No, wait. Yeah, so the ones that are trying to... what? The one that was... Ski,
What?
your girlfriend.
Rosa?
Aspheran Alliance?
That's them.
You have
Yeah.
a girlfriend?
No, it was his original backup character that he's reneged on. They have some bond with the Aspheran Alliance.
Sorry.
Possibly.
Who has?
So the refractorum might be working in part with the Aspheran Alliance.
Oh.
The ones that
Okay.
seek to reclaim the planes as one. You guys have come across this a lot of the campaign. There was the original where Magnus died the first time. There was Rosa of the Aspheran Alliance. They were trying to rip as many tears in reality as possible so that the planes collapse back in on themselves. Because when the Elder Gods came, they separated the planes and then they banished the pre-essences, and the pre-essences existed on the dust before the planes were separated. And so just part of that whole cult, it transcends planes.
Well, how do you spell the name again?
Just spell ass-fearing. I don't it's where is it?
Aspheran?
It's a PH.
Spheran.
Oh,
There it is, yep. Shit, it was number 3, that's why I went past it. I thought it was further down.
So they're trying to meld the planes. Is what?
With all of the information that I've managed to gather about the Quirkies and the infiltration and the Aspheran Alliance.
And they're working with the refractorum?
It appears the refractorum has been influenced by them in a certain factor.
And why would the refractorum want that?
I personally have no idea. I personally don't think it's something that's ever going to come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
These are small cults.
I can't
Almost said
believe
the
that.
wrong word.
I can't believe that stupid goat guy who was doing bagpipes with is some boring political guy. God damn it! I thought I found someone who was not affected by politics and who wasn't boring, but of course he's some prince of nowhere. Ugh. When am I gonna find somebody that is what's the word you always say? Sequestered? What does that mean? That's separated from all the politics. This is also boring.
Honestly, if it wasn't imperative to my existence, I would be right there with you, my dear. It is entirely tedious. Have a cup of tea, she.
Can
And it's
I?
a shot of bourbon.
Awesome.
Can I scry on Ship Quirky?
Yeah, the factor's gone way down now that 2 have gone. Because it's somebody you're familiar with, right? So based on how many you've seen and how many you know. What's the save? I wasn't expecting you to roll.
It's
Just
16.
I don't know the save, and it's somebody you're familiar with.
It was 16.
Sounds about right.
Spells. Picture or their likeness, garment, or other possessions. Body part? Does a quirky...
A different quirky
a
comes in,
smushed
like dragging a
quirky.
quirky body. He's like, I found this body part right here. Oh God, kill it with fire.
So the modifier... So, target you know well is -5.
On their saving throw.
Yeah, so 16. Wisdom 16.
Wisdom 16. I need, you know what? I've been watching Downfall, and I like the Brennan Lee Mulligan on these saves. First of all, I need somebody to roll me a d4.
Yeah.
You may. There's Jess.
The next roll.
Quattro.
4?
Yep.
Perfect. Gonna roll on table. So I have a +2 to wisdom, which means I need a 14 to beat your save.
Wow.
Actually, no, I needed a 14 -5.
9.
What'd you roll?
Not 20.
Oh.
You reach out.
No, you...
Oh, it was -5, so that'd be 15.
Well, that just makes
No,
it
no,
easier
it would be
for-
22. So no, I save on the.
It should make it... If I know them, it should make it harder.
Yeah, so it would be
for
a 20.
them
So
to
I needed a 16. So with my modifier, with a nat 20, I rolled a 22. I have a +2 to wisdom. So they just saved.
Okay.
Doesn't that make it harder for? Isn't? Yeah.
So he
Okay.
rolled a 20 plus 2 minus 5.
17.
Yeah, and my modifier is 16. So
doesn't
he
that
beat
mean-
it. So that means I
I needed to
It
roll
doesn't
a
work.
19 for her to succeed.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
You glance out, and there's a wisp of momentum, and then you just sort of snap back into yourself.
can Granelda do it?
Actually, I'm glad you asked. I'm not familiar with this particular quirky. Do you have anything of his?
No.
He did stuff of ours, though.
What are the conditions of the spell? I think she could try blind, but it'll be harder, right?
Well, she knows what he looks like.
If it's any difference, he's probably like a million feet in the air. So I mean, that's one thing.
I mean,
give a coordinates, yeah.
So it's
a
like
million feet he might be on the moon with Arya.
so the knowledge of the target is
Maybe around a million.
second hand, which is a +5 modifier. First hand, met the target +0, and then know the target well is -5.
Yeah,
So
this-
it would be probably heard of the target,
Or second hand.
Okay, so what's the...
which is the second hand.
And she
Does it
spied in
have
on
to be a
Zodell, too, I was thinking about. Like, she's been
person?
looking in on
Can you
Zodell.
scry on this ship?
No,
Give me a-
it
Arya,
has to be a creature.
Arya, give me a D4 roll.
1.
Okay. It's a natural 5 for
Ooh,
a 7.
Oh
There is...
+5.
no, because
Doesn't-
she's seen
still
the
doesn't work.
quirky
Yeah, so
through.
2. I rolled a
through
2.
visions.
No.
The person she's scrying on rolled a 2. So she definitely sees them.
Oh, okay.
As you watch, and it's sort of a weird expression too, because she is in elven mode, but then you just like watch this weird grin creep up into her eyes, and they turn back in her head before everything goes kind of placid again. She just sits there for a moment because you guys can't hear what she has to say, and then her eyes sort of slink back into her head, and the grin comes back down into her gorgeous face. Well, there's one. They appear to be at a place called Tam Tam Manor. In a small town, I couldn't quite get the name, but the person running the place that they seemed to bump into a few times seemed like quite the simpleton. I think they called him Jerry.
That was David, probably.
I think that they called him Jerry. It might have been something else. It was something Jerry. He doesn't appear to be on an airship of any kind. Sort
Okay.
of slumming it in a small room.
Did it look like he had a giant, like that size bottle of anything?
I mean, at certain points in that 10 minutes, so that her eyes are rolled back in her head. Because it's 10 minutes, right, for Scry? I'm pretty sure it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, up to 10 minutes.
So
I
you
mean,
guys
you
sat
can
there-
drop
you guys-
concentration.
You guys
and not
sat there
do-
in silence with her, like, eyes rolled back in her head, just watching her sitting there twitching.
You guys heard of Go Fish?
He had several bottles, not as large as the one that you're referring to. I'm assuming you're referring to the alchemy jug.
Yep.
Not as large as that, no, but
Okay.
he seems to like to take part in the drinking aspect of frivolity.
I don't think that was the same one then.
Was he in the building? Was he with anyone?
He seemed to be mostly by himself and night to night. Or I guess, no, that's not that one. No, that's where you guys are at. Nope, wouldn't be night yet. No, mostly just bickering with whatever Jerry, and seeming to be getting away with having free drinks in that 10 minutes. Seems like the poor simpleton was forgetting to charge him for the ale.
Okay.
J.
Oh, Ricky, not Jerry. Ricky.
Oh, Ricky.
Yep. Sorry. How did I fuck that up?
I don't know.
Like just Ricky or
Just Ricky.
right?
I said just Jerry, didn't I?
No, you just said something, Jerry.
No, yeah, it was Ricky. But how did I? Yeah, that was 2 whole sessions of the
Alright.
Magnus campaign that you guys dealt with just Ricky.
Okay.
And you said tom-toms, tam-tams?
Tam Tam Manor.
Oh God.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Alright, I don't think that's the one we needed.
Yeah.
Well,
Zenzu or Falconer, anything to pop in with
Ask.
here?